Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Hello Hello the podcast. This is episode 31.
31. My God.
We are getting old.
Absolutely incredible. We are getting old.
How are you doing, Raammo, my co-host?
I am doing exceptionally well this week.
Oh.
I have finally managed to get a haircut in lockdown.
Oh, how did that go?
Finally. It actually went pretty well. Like,
Wait.
I'm not gonna lie. Emma actually smashed it out of the park.
Emma did
somehow.
it. Yeah.
You know, she's never cut hair before. Maybe even she's maybe trimmed her own hair once or twice, but it's a lot different. Obviously, trimming long hair like that and just taking a centimeter off it than shaving someone's head. But no, she smashed it out of the park. Yeah, so
good.
I will definitely be going back to her barber studio in the future.
Please tip her well.
I do. Don't worry, I do.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
But yeah, no, it was other than that, pretty chill week. Nothing too crazy going on. Not much that's happening over here. If I'm not at work, I'm sitting at home. So, yes, yeah. But how about you? What have you been up to for the past couple of days?
Same old. Just work. Chilling. Really want to go for a holiday. Very itchy.
Bro, same. Yeah.
But
just want to get away somewhere, even in Australia, you just want to go somewhere.
It'll probably be only in Australia, but
yeah.
Not even interstate. I don't think I want to risk that.
I was
obviously you
joking. I was joking to one of my work colleagues this morning when I was up there, and I was like, honestly, after all this, I think work just needs to pay for all of us to go to the Howland Islands or something. Because
wouldn't that be nice?
It's honestly been a fucking. It's been a whole thing, you know.
Really?
It's Oh, every day it just gets it's just gets sick of it after a certain point. Not I understand the lockdown and I'm fine with the lockdown and I know it's about it, but all the people you see up at work, it gets really really frustrating. Technically the rule at the moment is that there's only one person in the household that's meant to go grocery shopping or shopping at any point during the day, which I understand is hard to police as well.
It is.
But we're standing up there, I'm standing on the door, making sure that people are checking in before they come to the store and stuff like that. And 95% of the people are doing it. You do get the odd person that's just no, and you can't do anything because we're not police officers. We can't stop them and anything like that. We legally have to let them in the store. And yeah, it just gets frustrating after a while because you stand out there and you see day in day out, you see people three people going up to go shopping, a family or half a family doing it. And I'm like, guys, come on, it's not hard.
Yeah,
it's after a while, it just it starts to bug you.
I bet.
It's oh my God.
Well, hopefully not much longer.
Hopefully, but anywho, I guess on some lighter topics, Jenz, we do have a pretty chockers week this week. We've got a portion of little topics up in here. Starting off this week with the Back for Blood Blader. That is a mouthful. There's a lot of B's in there. That's an alliterative sentence. Jeez.
I've had to whenever I say this game, I need to wait a second and think about it.
You need to pause mid sentence and be okay, hang on a second. There's another B coming up. Let me prep myself. It's no, Back for Blood.
There you go.
The beta.
Yes. You haven't played this yet.
I haven't. No, I do want to give it a go at some point. But you did play it with a couple of our friends on stream. Not that long ago. I did watch a little bit of it because that was actually the day that I was getting my haircut done. I had you set up on my phone on the bathroom countertop or whatever, and I was just watching you as I was getting my hair hair prepped and done. So it was a good little distraction. But it actually looks pretty fun.
It's actually so much fun.
I'm not the biggest fan of these horde games, and I think I've said it before. When we covered,
do you not like Left 4 Dead?
No, I mean I never really got into it because it just it feels a bit repetitive. After a while, it's move from point A to point B, shoot zombies on the way. Move from point A to point B, move shoot. It's but yeah, from what I saw, it does look pretty fun. It looked pretty hectic, and you guys were always like laughing and screaming and having a good time. So it was, yeah.
Yeah, I think the sweet spot with this game is definitely having the middle difficulty, which is veteran, where
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
35% friendly fire damage.
Okay, yep,
That's
yep.
definitely the sweet spot because you like the amount of bullets I would throw if it was a normal
Yeah,
difficulty compared to
yeah,
the amount of bullets I would throw for like the veteran difficulty. It's like night and day.
yeah, yeah. No,
Um,
that's cool.
but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It definitely brings me back to Left 4 Dead days when I was younger. Same with the
I
versus
did.
mode.
It did look very Left 4 Dead inspired, which is it's a good thing because Left 4 Dead is a very popular game. A lot of people do love it. A lot
Yeah,
of people still play it to this day. You
but
know,
the ex devs that worked on Left 4 Dead worked on this, so
working on this now, yeah,
it's
too.
pretty much
Yeah,
the same game, but
exactly. Yeah,
updated, I guess. Um,
yeah.
if you listening, would it be too
Mm.
late? Probably not.
No,
Maybe just a
probably if you're
day.
quick. If you're quick, you probably only got you'd be a couple of days out from it ending.
Yeah,
But you do need to register for a code. I don't know if Twitch is still doing drops for this.
not
That's
sure.
how we all got our codes. You just had to watch like an hour of someone playing the game that had drops enabled on their stream, which is pretty easy to do. And then you can get a code and 3 other codes as well to give to some friends. And you
Oh,
can
that's
download it on
great. I
Steam
thought you got it
or like
three
console
times.
or something. No, yeah, you watch an hour of content, you get your code, and then they also give you another 3 codes so you can give it out to your friends and stuff
That's
like that.
smart.
So it was a good way to do it. It all ran very smoothly and whatnot. You do need to have a Warner Brothers Games account though, but you can all make that along the way as you go.
Mm.
It's yeah, still recommend it. The game comes out on October 12th, so it's not too far away. If you do want to just wait for the game, or if you're content watching other people play it, like on Twitch or YouTube or something. But I would recommend giving it a go because it does look pretty fun, like I said. So I will be giving it a go at some point, probably in the next day or two.
Yes.
And yeah. Uh, Moving on though. Uh, the inevitable sadness. Um,
Yep.
we all knew this was coming, unfortunately. But PAX Aus has officially been cancelled as of yesterday, the 10th of August. So, like I said, it was inevitable. I sort of knew
Yeah.
this was coming at some point. Even like when things were looking good at the start of the year, when they announced that PAX was coming back, I was still very skeptical. I'm like, oh, look, things are going to change so quickly. Things did change very quickly, as we can see. So
Mm-hmm.
it's, yeah,
A real
kind
shame,
of
but
kind of unsurprising.
yeah, it was definitely the right call, and I think a lot of people knew that it
Yeah.
was coming.
Yep.
Because like even if they did enforce like what the other packs in the US did of like you have to be vaccinated, it's like, well, you're then gonna
No
like
one
close.
their
Oh,
target their
yeah,
target
exactly.
demographic is typically like people aged 18 to 30, 40,
Yeah,
some more, some older people again, but the sort of the only age demographic that can get the vaccine are like the 40-year-olds and over,
yeah,
easily at this stage at least anyway. So you're literally cutting out more than half of your target
yeah.
demographic. It'd
It would
be,
have been terrible.
financially unfeasible to do. It's yeah. So
Oh
but
well.
even if they went through with it as well, I still think it would have had some real bad teething issues with like all of the new protocols they would have to put in place, like all of the spreading out of people
And
and
like,
like, the checking in, checking out,
yeah,
the like sanitizing stations. It's just like it's a whole like different logistical ball game that I don't think they could have handled very well with the amount of people that were going to be going. So
yeah,
I think it
totally.
I think it still is the safest bet to just call it off, and try again next year. They did say that they're aiming to come back again for a physical event next year.
Mm.
So hopefully we're all in a better place then. Having said that, they in the little press statement thing that they
Mm-hmm.
did release, they did word it specifically say that PAX Oz physical is cancelled, so it
Yeah,
does sound like they might have like
I,
something up their sleeve as like a backup.
I think they're gonna try
Um,
online,
yeah,
or yeah, I don't know how much of it or like how big of an event it will
exactly.
be,
Yeah,
but Yeah.
I guess just follow the PAX Aus Twitter account, to sort of keep up to date, because if they do announce anything, that's where they're going to announce it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could even just like and subscribe here, because we'll probably cover it if they do announce something.
Hey.
Nice little plug there. Thank you. So, moving on though,
Mm.
just coming off his sort of breakthrough, or not breakthrough, but like his very well received role in the Suicide Squad, which also is not on our write up, Jens, but we can talk about that this week because we have both seen it.
We have, but I
Um,
bet a lot of people haven't. So,
we haven't, yeah. We're leave it another week,
well,
maybe. Leave it another week, maybe.
yeah, okay. We can just
All right.
say, oh no, I don't know.
You know what? Well, anywho's,
Yeah,
I'm going to interrupt myself. After his sort of very well received role from Suicide Squad, Idris Elba has announced that he is actually playing Knuckles, the Echidna, in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2, or the sequel. I don't know what they're really calling it.
yeah, not
That's coming
sure.
out next year in 2022, which is kind of exciting. Growing up as a kid, Knuckles was like one of my favorite Sonic characters, even though I
Oh,
wasn't the
really?
biggest Sonic fanboy. Knuckles, like, because he was like the cool, the edgy, like
Yeah.
I don't know, he was just the cool seeming guy. He was one of my favorites. So it's cool to see Idris is going to lend his voice, I guess, to Knuckles. But yeah,
I actually
and I'm
didn't
actually quite
know.
excited.
Mm.
Actually, quite excited for this movie too, because like
Did
I've
you
said,
see
I
the
think in the
other one?
past, the first Sonic movie was actually very good. I really enjoyed it.
It
It
was.
was, yeah.
It
Sorry,
was
what were you gonna say there?
surprisingly good. I didn't know they were gonna do another one.
Yeah, I
So this
mean,
news
I
just
mean,
came out of nowhere for me.
they did leave the movie, the first Sonic movie they brought out like a couple of years ago. They
Yeah.
left the end quite sort of open, I guess, or open to interpretation. So like it could
Mm.
have ended there if they wanted to, or they could have left it open and had plans to do a second or third one if they wanted to. But I think it was so well received that
Mm.
the studio was like, you know what, no, we'll give you a second chance. We'll give you a follow up, which I'm quite happy with, because yeah, it was
It
just
just,
a fun movie, you know.
yeah, it was. I think Jim Carrey really brought that.
He did a lot of the heavy lifting in that,
He
yeah.
really
And I'm also
did.
excited to see where his character goes, where Eggman goes, because we didn't
Yeah.
really get to see like too much of the old school Eggman that like you sort of, I guess, would know from
Mm.
the other cartoons, or like the old video games and comics and stuff like that. So it'd be cool to see them sort of flesh that character out a bit more, and see how that goes. And then obviously, we didn't have Knuckles and Tails and all that
Yeah.
in the first one, so it'd be cool to see like the rest of the Sonic family, I guess they're called, sort of fleshed out and filled out. It should be a fun ride.
Oh, shall be interesting.
Yeah. Um, Moving on, we do have two, funnily enough, indie showcases that are being showcased this week.
Today, like both of them
Today as
happened
well.
today,
Yeah,
the day of
yeah.
recording, Wednesday.
So
Big
first
indie
one that
day.
happened was, yeah, it is a big indie day. Wednesdays are henceforth known as Indie Day. Um, but first off, I guess we can start with the Xbox Indie Showcase, Jen. So, do you want to run us through a couple of like the big hitters that I guess they announced or
Yeah,
sort of gave us a little update on?
sure thing. So, um, the first one is Lightyear Frontier, which
Hmm.
all you need to know about it is that it's farming simulator meets Stardew Valley, but it's all like mechs. That
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it looks cute, it looks interesting, but yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But you're like this mech
Yeah. Okay.
thing. Anyways, Stardew Valley is, speaking of which, is coming to Xbox Game Pass in the fall of 2021. But I feel like everyone who has played Stardew, like everyone's played Stardew Valley. They've already owned this,
Yeah.
so it's a
Stardew's
bit late.
been it's like the Grand Theft Auto of indie games, I feel, at this stage.
Yeah,
The amount of times this game has been released and re-released and re-remastered
totally.
and re-released and remastered again is honestly incredible. I mean, very happy for the studio though, because Stardew Valley was just like, a very small indie game in its
And it's
infancy.
done really
And then
well.
it took off. Like
Yeah.
this thing, it blew up. So, very happy for the devs, and I'm glad that they can do this, but I'm sort of like, to be honest, I'm getting a bit sick of Stardew Valley. Like, and just hearing about it, like it's everywhere,
Okay, but what about Lightyear
Um,
Frontier?
You know what? I did just look it up.
Yeah.
I am flicking through the trailer now. It seems pretty cool, I guess. I don't know.
I
It's
just
yeah.
gotta you gotta wait and see for that one, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Then Sam and Max, which is a old series. It's kind of like a point and click adventure game. Save the
Hmm.
World Remaster is now available on Xbox Game Pass. So if you haven't or have played this as a kid and want to play it now, you can.
It'd be good as well for all the parents out there that have
Yes,
played the original Sam and Max as a kid and now have grown up and had kids of their own. They can
totally.
also like play through it again and like sort of, it's like the double header of reliving your childhood and also, showing your current child like, what you used to play and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it'd be a
like
good one
it.
for that.
I
But
don't know how the kids will take it because Fortnite's all colors
no,
and unicorns.
exactly,
So
yeah.
this will be interesting. But I
It will
hear it's
be.
a really good series. Sam
They
and
are.
Max.
The Sam and Max games are very fun, yeah.
Yeah.
They're sort of got
Um.
that like they're very targeted towards kids and the fact that they have that like the slapstick sort of humor and
Yeah.
like
Totally.
it's kind of like Looney Tunes esque if I was to describe it as something, but yeah.
Hmm. Following on, I think this one you'll like. Ollie Ollie
Yeah.
World, which
Ollie
actually
Ollie is
looks
great, man.
really cool. Like
It
I would
oh
recommend looking
dude.
up the trailer. It's beautiful.
Yeah. The
Um.
Ollie Ollie games, I think there's been one or two of them
Yeah. This is the
before.
third one apparently.
But
So
Ollie
yeah.
Ollie they're so much fun. They're just like there's not much to them. Like
Hmm.
there's not they're
It's
not
not
too
very
technical. They're not
technical.
like you're not like the skates or like the Tony Hawks and things like that.
Yeah.
But they're just like the sort of it's like an endless runner, but there's just a little bit more to it. There's just like a little bit extra to it, and yeah they're very fun games. They're sort of like fun to just zone out with and just put on and sort of just play there and click a couple of buttons and just like watch your little guy do a couple of cool kickflips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I've
it's
ever
yeah.
since skateboarding in the Olympics, I've like just been
Yeah.
eyeing out on skating
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
You should Skater XL is a real good one on PC on Steam. I
Hmm.
do highly recommend that. I play that every now and again just for like a couple of, half an hour, 45 minutes or something like that, just to get a
Yeah.
little
Right.
session in. It's very similar to the skate games.
Uh huh.
And if you do have the opportunity to, I'm not sure it should still work. But try and go and find a copy of Skate 3 on the Xbox 360,
Mm.
whack it into the Xbox Series X. It should work because I still think
Oh
it's
yeah.
backwards compatible with that
Yeah.
too. But Skate 3 is like the pinnacle of modern skateboarding games. That
Okay.
is it's so oh my god, it's so good. And
Okay.
they announced a couple of months ago, I think it was close to the start of the year, that Skate 4 was happening.
I did hear that.
And
Yeah.
oh my god, dude, the whole like digital skateboarding community and the skateboarding community
Do
itself was just like blown. Dude, I'm so
you
happy
know
they're
when
making
that's
it. I
out?
can't wait.
Next year?
No, there's no. I don't know if it's next year.
Okay.
I
There's
don't know
no
if they have an
date.
actual release date yet, but
Yeah.
it's in development. So
Okay.
we'll just wait and see. Yeah,
There's also a game called Paparazzi, which you literally just take photos of dogs in this game.
I see no problem.
Exactly. You can
I
play
see no problem.
fetch,
Yeah,
you can pet them, or just hang out in a world full of dogs. And
that's perfect.
yeah, I don't see any issues with this. I mean, it's weird that there's one person taking photo like has an album of random dogs, but you know what? It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
It's what people do in real life, I think. Anyways, people go to dog meets or dog parks, even if
Mm.
they don't have a dog, just to be able to see dogs.
I mean,
Like,
I would love to do
because
that, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like people would be like, "Why are you here?"
yeah, it is a
You
bit
know?
creepy.
Yeah.
It's a bit sus. Me and Emma did they do a dash hound meetup day I think once a year, which they haven't been able to do for I think the
Oh,
past 2 years
COVID.
just
Yeah.
because of COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But ever since we found out about, we're like, we have to go at some point, even if we don't have our own dog by then. I still want to go just to
Can
see
you
all the little
please
boys.
bring like
Like,
a
oh,
stuffed plushie Dachshund and then just be like,
dude,
just
I have one. I actually have one.
bring that.
It's a little.
Have a leash.
It's a little pull, like a tug toy or whatever. We got it for Flash. She doesn't
Oh,
use it,
yeah,
but like it
yeah,
sits in
yeah.
this little kennel. And it's a sausage dog that has like a hot dog bun wrapped around him, and he's got mustard down his stomach.
Oh.
because they're
Oh.
like little hot dogs. So
Wait,
yeah, Emma got it for him.
you gave your dog a little dog
A
toy.
replacement dog. Yes. Yep.
Is that not weird that you gave a dog
No,
a
no,
chew
no,
toy
no,
that's
no, no, no.
that's a dog?
No. It's a hot dog. It just happens to have a face and ears.
I feel like you're training it subconsciously in a bad way, and it can go down real bad later.
Flash will love
I
our
bet,
next dog that we get today. He will love him. Yeah, they'll be great friends. So it'll be fun.
The next one is called Evil Genius 2. So apparently there's one before this. World Domination. And this really feels like a Disney like be your own villain type game. So
Yeah.
instead of playing a good guy, you play the bad guy. And you have to like plot schemes and execute your plans for world domination. And it like
it's like Civ. It's like Civilization, except from the point of a bad guy, or like Age of Empires, but you're playing the enemy. It is like a good way to describe it, I guess.
I thought it's a bit more kidsy than that.
I mean, it is, but it's like it's those sort of similar things where it's like a strategy type game that you have to like, you got to think about, but all the things you got to think about are like Jen said, like evil ploys or schemes and stuff like that. So it's
yeah. Oh yeah, Lab Rat, which apparently they're comparing it to a Portal-like puzzle game, which excites me because I love Portal.
Yes.
And we've been saying this for the longest time. There needs to be more Portal.
Yeah, they would make so much money from more Portal. I don't know what Valve is doing, but
I know they're just sitting on their ass. To be honest,
honestly, they're making goddamn Nintendo Switch copies, and they should be making Portal 3s and Portal 4s. But yeah.
So yeah, this is interesting because it uses like the same ideas in Portal, except it's not first person. It's like top down.
I'm watching a trailer now, and I can see where they get a little bit of like the Portal.
Yeah, it's not exactly Portal. It's not exactly.
It's like a top down. Top down puzzle type thing.
So not the exact replacement that we want it to be, but could feed into that a little bit.
It's a step. It's a step in the right direction. Yeah, I guess.
And lastly, the last game I want to highlight on this showcase is called The Wandering Village, which this looks really cute. So you know how like Age of Empires or whatever, you like have to like organize and build a village and then you build from that. This is pretty much like that, except you are on top of a massive creature, and you're on the back of the creature, and you have to build your city on the back of a creature, and also help like build a good relationship with the creature and like fight off the spores that can attack the creature and all that jazz. So we're basically a parasite, but a good parasite, I want to say.
Yeah.
But it looks really interesting. I don't know. It's a weird, interesting concept.
I'm watching the trailer now. It does. It seems, it's very different.
It is very different. I wonder how much the creature and you play into the part, because the trailer makes it feel like there's not a whole lot of that, or maybe I skipped through it, but so I want more of the creature being a part of it, because then it's just like, oh, there's no reason to have this creature in this game. It's just kind of like a cool thing to add, but it doesn't serve a functional purpose. Yeah. So I guess maybe they're playing their
cards. They might be playing their cards close to their chest, just so they don't give too much away about it.
That could be another thing too. So I'd love to know more about that relationship with the creature. But those are the highlights for me.
And then following that up to later today, or later tonight, I should say, at 2 a.m. Australian time. So it is going to be like all the Nintendo showcase over here. It's going to be real early in the morning.
It would have been out,
but they're also doing
by you guys.
By the time this podcast is live, the indie showcase would have happened. So you could probably go and like Google it and search all the things that come up. We'll probably do a breakdown of like if there's any standout games. We'll do a breakdown next week. But yeah, they are doing an indie showcase, so hopefully there's something cool that comes out of it. Obviously it is an indie showcase, so we're not going to get any big AAA like Nintendo titles, no Mario things or stuff like that. So it's I'm expecting to see. They've done a bunch of indie showcases in the past, a bunch. Expecting to see a new update to Stardew Valley in this one too.
Yep,
So
yeah.
it's probably gonna be there. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm curious on what games are gonna come from this, but
yeah,
I just don't feel like they're, I don't know. I don't know. Curious.
yeah. They're never like crazy exciting, but
Mm.
there's always like at least one or two standout games in there that I was like, well, I might add that to my wish list, or I might like I might give that a little download at some point. They're always it's yeah. But moving on,
Mm-hmm.
in like a really strange turn of events, but also
Mm-hmm.
like not that strange for this character. Uh, Doctor Disrespect, who I think we all know, um, is starting up his own games development studio, just
Yep.
sort of out of the blue. Um, the studio's purpose, he says, is, and I quote, to partner with mega influencers and build their dream game,
Damn it, not
which
me.
is it's yeah, it's very interesting though because games they're expensive to make, you
I
know?
mean, yeah. He doesn't make nearly enough, I bet, to make a really AAA game, but like, he's
No.
rich.
He is a very big content creator, so he definitely
And
has
he
some
probably will
seed
get
money, that's for sure.
funding somewhere. Like,
That's what I'm assuming. That's what
yeah.
I'm assuming is his name sort of strapped onto it, but it's gonna be heavily revolving around like investors and things like that, and
Yep,
probably these
totally.
influencers also investing some of their own money into their
That's
game.
true. That's true.
It's yeah, because I it'd be very sort of I guess it's kind of a silly business idea for let's say that I'm a mega influencer or something and I approach
Mm.
you and I'm like, hey, can you make my game for me, but I'm not going to put any money in. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
it seems like a kind of a weird business model, I guess, but
Yeah, that's true.
it's yeah. um like I said, it is kind of a surprising move, but it's also not all that surprising because I did know a little bit about this, but most people I think don't realize that Doctor Disrespect, before he was Doctor Disrespect, or the Doctor Disrespect that we know today, he has
Mm.
been playing this character for a good couple of years. Previously on like just doing YouTube videos and things like that. He would play this character. Um, and he also worked for our lovely friends that are also in the limelight at the moment, Activision, as a developer at Call of Duty that helped like create the map designs and level designs and things like that for a lot of the Call of Duty multiplayer levels.
Yeah.
So he does have sort of, I guess that development mindset
Yeah, the background.
already there. Yeah, the background. So, like I said, it's kind of a weird move, but also not that weird if you think about it. Um, Doctor Disrespect does go on to say, though, the studio does plan to forge partnerships with a select list of mega influencers and then work closely with them to launch their dream gaming title. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I just like how big are these games going to be? Are they going to be like
I don't think they'll be that big. I think it'd be like, hey, Ninja, what game, like, if you can make any game you want in the world, what would it be?
yeah,
And then they do it, and he pays them, and then that's that. And then he, like, streams it and sells it. I don't know.
it's probably true. Yeah,
I feel like it's that, and I just, yeah, I'm so curious on, like, the quality of it and the
me
scale of
too.
it.
Yeah. It's
Um,
like to me, I know every time that I've seen Doctor Disrespect or I've
mm,
like sort of watched any of his stuff, he's almost always playing some multiplayer
mm,
PvP FPS shooter or like, some sort of I guess sort of just any multiplayer game, I guess.
yeah.
I don't really ever see him play single player games that often. So I feel like a lot of the games are going to be tailored towards a multiplayer or an interactive like a multi-user interactive type thing, I guess, which would also lend well to like I guess all these content creators. They're online, they're already in an interactive sort of platform, be it Twitch or YouTube or something. So they probably also want something that they're they can interact with their audience more again.
Mm,
Like it's sort of adding another level.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
just
yeah,
feel like that'd be so expensive with like, because you need
yeah,
you need servers, you need like
yeah, true.
all that
You need
that comes
constant
with
updates
multiplayer.
and
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel
yeah.
like it'd be a small niche. Uh, who knows? It's like,
It's so hard. Yeah.
yeah, it's so early days, and also the fact that the studio is mainly its purpose is to make someone else's dream game, so we don't really
This is
know
true.
what
Yeah.
it's gonna be until it happens.
Yeah. It's true. Um, I guess we'll have to keep everyone updated if anything does come of this. Like it is
Yeah.
still probably in early days, so there's probably they're probably still a couple of months away from any sort of a big announcement with any partners. Who knows? They could have already had some things working behind the scenes for a couple of months now, or that they have almost ready to go. But
Mm.
it's I guess exciting times for Doctor Disrespect and all of his mega influences. You know, go get your games made, guys. I guess it's Um, and now to wrap things up,
Mm.
we haven't done any sort of Marvel or Disney Plus or TV show wrap ups the past couple of weeks, just because we haven't had anything. But lucky for us, and lucky for you guys as well, Marvel's What If is actually on the day of recording today, premiering tonight on Disney Plus.
So
Uh,
excited.
I am super excited for this. I cannot wait.
Oh, I
Man,
just
just
what do you think they'll
they're gonna
start
be
with? Like a
Uh,
banger, I bet.
confirmed.
Oh,
Confirmed. The first episode is about
oh, wait, wait,
Peggy
wait, wait,
Carter.
wait, 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 wait,
Oh,
wait,
sorry,
wait. I don't know if I
sorry,
want to know
sorry,
anymore.
sorry. It's pretty tame. It's nothing too crazy. It's been out for a little while. Like people have
Right.
known. It's not too spoiler. I guess
Okay.
like all these things, they're not spoilerific because they're just what
No.
ifs. They're just like they're conceptual ideas of like what if this happened. Um, But yeah, there's going to be 9 episodes. They
Mm.
knocked it down from 10. There was initially going to be 10 episodes, but they had to cut one because of like the whole COVID situation, so they couldn't finish on time and stuff like that.
Right.
But there's going to be 9 episodes released weekly, which I was surprised at. I thought I heard a little while ago they were doing them all at once. They're just going to dump a bunch of them and they'd be like, "Hey, have fun." But no, they're releasing them weekly. Which I'm not that mad at. I'm not that mad at. The
Yeah.
only thing we don't know at the moment is how long. We were questioning ourselves before we started recording. I'm like, how long do you think these episodes are going to go for?
I don't
And that
reckon
I'm not too sure
long.
about either. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be incredibly long, but around 30 minutes or something, I think.
Yeah.
And you think as well, I think you said so. It's And the only thing that I don't know. I don't know if you've seen any trailers for these gens, but the the art style,
Mm.
I just
Oh, you don't like?
I'm not the biggest fan of this art style. They've
Oh
done it
no.
before in one other cartoon. I think it was I forget what one it was. But yeah, this art style I've never been the biggest Oh, one of the Star Wars ones, I think. They've done a similar art style to this.
Maybe you'll get used to it.
And yeah, I don't know.
It's
It's
like,
I'll definitely watch it. I'm
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
watch it. And I was gonna push through it, but yeah, this art style's never been my favorite. So
Yeah, maybe
I don't
you'll
know.
get used to it. Because I remember when I watched The
Mm,
Invincibles, I was like, I really don't like this art style. It's so DC. Like, I just want that flair, like DC flair, to get out of here. But I just
yeah,
completely got used to it. So,
yeah. It's like that I'm more used to because I have seen a lot of the DC animated movies and
yeah.
whatnot. So I'm very much more used to that. It just But this one, I don't know. I like you said, I'll probably get used to it by
Mm.
episode 3 or 4 or something. And I'll have to stop complaining then. But I'm gonna take 2 or 3 weeks to complain about it. So
Fair
it's
enough. Fair enough.
But no, super excited for this. I can't wait. There's I think we already know about like a rough synopsis about a couple of episodes, like just some concept ideas. Like, so there's Peggy Carter, like Spider-Man's gonna be in a couple of them, Doctor Strange is gonna be in a couple of them.
I bet there's one with Thanos and that whole, like,
The Ant-Man up the butt thing, yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
No. Yeah, it'd be cool if they did showcase one from like a villain's point of view, like be it
Mm.
Thanos or Ronan the Accuser or one of the other many villains they've had in the whole MCU so far. Um, but yeah, I was gonna say one thing too. Oh, also, I did read very quickly before we started recording.
Mm.
All of the characters that we already know in the MCU that are already established, like Thor and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and whatnot, they're all voiced by their actual MCU counterparts and actors, which
Yeah.
is good. So it'll be good to hear all of their voices back because we haven't heard them for a little while.
Yeah, I did
It's
miss
been a
them.
hot minute, yeah. So be fun to see. And yeah, I'm very excited for this format too because it's like, What If is technically canon, as
Mm.
well. And so if they keep doing this, like, these sort of like concept stories just randomly strewn out throughout the whole MCU thing, it'd just be cool to see because they can sort of like whip them up, I guess, a little bit quicker than a whole movie, maybe,
Yeah.
because they're only 30-minute runtime. They're only, so many lines and stuff like that. Then you've sort of just got to push it to the animation studio and get them to animate it. Um, they probably have a quicker turnaround time. So it'd be cool to see them if they just keep releasing these over the span of the next couple of years, just either in allotments or just like a one-off here or there,
Hmm.
it'd be fun because it's a whole new like Marvel and the MCU have never done animated before. They've
Oh,
they've always
really?
stuck to they've always stuck to doing like live action things, like in all the TV shows as well, like the Daredevil TV show and the
Oh, yeah.
Agents of Shield TV show. They were all live action, so they've never had like animated MCU stuff that is actually canon and part of the MCU. So
Hmm.
it's exciting times,
I can't wait. And
Me neither.
then I
We're
got
only
the
what
email
4 o'clock now.
yeah, no,
Hour and a
so
half.
soon.
Hour and a half.
Got the email that you can book Shang-Chi tickets.
Oh, bro. Yeah, we're watching that on Disney Plus too. If that even comes to Disney Plus, I don't even know if it's coming to Disney Plus.
I think it
Shit.
will.
I might not be even able to watch Shang-Chi. Oh my god, Jenz.
I think you will. Okay, calm down. I think you will. Why wouldn't they? They did it for everything
I don't know
else.
because I know, but they haven't announced anything yet, and it's so close.
It's like
And then Spider-Man's in December. We might still be locked down in December, Jenz. I might not be able to see Spider-Man at the cinemas. Oh my god.
I'll FaceTime you when I watch Spider-Man.
I'm coming down to Adelaide. I'm doing 2 weeks quarantine there. And I'm doing 2 weeks
Yeah.
quarantine back. I'm paying $6,000 round trip just to see a movie. I
It'll
don't
be
care.
worth it.
It will be worth it, yeah. But yeah, hopefully we're out of it by then, and I can
Yeah.
watch it in the cinemas like a normal person. Hopefully,
That would be nice.
it will be. Before we wrap up though, Jens, was there anything else you wanted to add on before we say goodbye again for another week?
Nope, nothing from me.
Yeah, no, nothing from me either. A little bit of a shorter episode this week compared to the past couple of weeks, but there hasn't been too much news, so it's it does make editing a bit faster for me though, so
I
that's good.
bet, yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you guys for listening once more. Thank you guys for watching as well. If you guys like this video or this podcast, make sure to like it and rate it on your favorite podcasting service. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And we will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.